Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome to my channel. I have a new video for you guys today, which I'm like super stoked about, so I'm kind of just gonna hop right into it. So this isn't gonna be like one of my typical recipe tutorial videos. Today I'm going to be making a recipe for kind of the first time, right on camera. And so what I decided to do today was recreate one of like my favorite childhood dessert recipes, which I don't remember like the actual name of, but it's essentially like a s'mores cake. That doesn't sound right because there's no actual cake in it. A s'mores pie? I don't know, it's like a layered s'mores dessert. So this is one of those recipes I got out of like a Food Network magazine that my parents like were subscribed to, and for like years they just got all of these like food magazines delivered to our house, and this is a recipe that I just randomly pulled out of it one day. And I would cook this dessert for everyone's birthday, anniversaries, Christmas, New Year's, you name it, a holiday, I was probably making this dessert. But absolutely everything about it screams not vegan, so of course I haven't tried to make it since going vegan, but today I am determined. I don't have the actual recipe in front of me. I'm literally just doing this by memory, so we'll see how it goes. So I'll just quickly run down the ingredients for you. For the bottom layer, I'm going to be using these cinnamon thin cookies, the Lucy's brand. I've actually never had these before. The original recipe called for vanilla wafers, but those aren't vegan, and I couldn't find anything really all that similar. So then I thought I could use graham crackers, but then the grocery store didn't have any vegan graham crackers, so I got cookies with cinnamon on them because some graham crackers have cinnamon, and graham crackers, s'mores. There will be 2 layers of the dessert made out of the cinnamon cookies. I also bought pudding because pudding mix is somehow vegan, probably just because it's essentially just a lot of sugar and weird chemicals. The package says not to use soy milk, but they did say not to use almond milk. I've already made the pudding. I have a chocolate and a vanilla. They're cooling in the back right now. I also have a dairy-free Cool Whip, the So Delicious Cocoa Whip. I've never had this before, so I'm super stoked to try it. I also picked up some vegan marshmallows that will go on top of the dessert, and then on top of the marshmallows, I'm going to be grating some dark chocolate. Okay, so for the first part of this recipe, what I would typically do is get a bunch of vanilla wafers and crumble them up, mix it with some butter. Oh yeah, I have a little bit of earth balance, like half a tablespoon or something, so hopefully that's enough. Crumble up a bunch of cookies, add some butter, put it in the bottom of a greased pan or dish, and then stick it in the oven. I feel like the original recipe called for like 40 vanilla wafers just because they're like this small, but these cookies are a little bit bigger than that. So I'm just gonna see what I think is enough. Assuming this all goes as planned, I will have like my actual measurements listed down in the description for anyone that's interested in making this, because as this video goes on, I'm probably not gonna be measuring and just kind of throwing everything together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Alright, let's start with 10, see how that goes. I'm just gonna crush these with a wooden spatula. Actually break up super easily. Turns out using your hands is much more efficient. This is what I have so far. 10 definitely isn't enough, so I'm gonna do 10 more. And that's why I bought 2 bags. I'm an adult. Alright, so our cinnamon cookies are all crushed up. I think 20 was the golden number. Now I melted my butter. I'm gonna pour this on top. I definitely don't think this is enough butter at all. And mix that in. Yeah, nope, that's just not gonna work. I do think I have some like cheap spreadable butter in the fridge that doesn't melt very well, so I'm gonna use that as an alternative. Alright, that's much better. Basically, I know that I don't want to make the cookies too saturated with butter, but enough that they'll stick together and form a crust. I have cookies all in my hair. Okay, so now I'm gonna press this into my baking dish. Alright, you basically just want to push it down so everything's even and covered. I'm gonna stick this guy in the oven at 350 degrees for, we'll start with 10 minutes. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm actually going to work on these marshmallows because normally I would throw like the mini ones on top, but the vegan ones only came in the bigger ones, so I guess I'm gonna chop them in half. They smell like real marshmallows. Feels like a real marshmallow. Oh is this serious? Damn. I'm pissed right now. So you're telling me this vegan marshmallow tastes no different than any other marshmallow? Why the hell do they use gelatin and horse hooves or whatever they use to make marshmallows? Like, this is insane. Why? Why? There's obviously some like animal products that I understand why people use them. I don't agree with it, but I understand it because I didn't eat vegan for the first like 21 years of my life. But a marshmallow? Why? Anyway, yeah, I think they'll cook or they'll brown the oven much better if they're just these little guys. They're really good. I really hope that one of like the YouTube suggested thumbnails when I go to upload this earlier is just me like holding this knife up here, because I just realized I've been doing that every time I pick up a new marshmallow. I feel like the caption to that thumbnail would be awkward vegan YouTuber complains about animal products and marshmallows and then threatens to murder everyone. Just have this like dull ass kitchen knife. I'm not murdering anyone, I swear. Now, I don't remember if I'm supposed to wait for this to cool down, but I'm impatient and I have to go to class soon, so I'm just going to start layering everything now. Alright, so the first layer is the chocolate pudding, which held up really well. Start with like half of it. I'm pretty sure I used to use a much larger pan when I do this, but oh well. Alright, I'm just gonna do the whole thing, whatever. Now we're gonna do another cookie layer. But this time we're gonna use cookies that are intact and just layer them on top like so. Look at it. So with the vanilla pudding, we're actually going to mix in the Cool Whip. Don't remember exactly how much I'm supposed to use. I want to say the whole thing, but like I'm also using a much smaller pan. Is everything I'm using today child-proof? Like, what the heck? By child-proof, I mean 23-year-old adult-proof. So I'm gonna scoop in, I guess, about half into the vanilla pudding. Like, I'm not opposed to using all the Cool Whip, but I kind of just want extra to eat out of the container later, alone, in bed, watching Great British Baking Show. This is going on top of the cookie layer. We got our magical layers of cookie, chocolate pudding, cookie, and vanilla pudding, and whipped cream. So this is the part where having the original recipe would really help, and I'm sure I could look it up online, but again, I'd rather just do this by memory and hope it goes well. I think you're supposed to let this refrigerate just so it kind of sets, because if I were to cut into this right now, it would just fall apart. So I'm pretty sure this needs to sit in the refrigerator, and then I take it out, put the marshmallows on, and then put it in the oven to brown the marshmallows. I don't feel like waiting. I'm gonna stick it in the freezer, which is probably not so great idea. So I'm gonna let that set up in the microwave. That's not a microwave, that's a freezer, for maybe 15 minutes. Probably not enough time, but I don't got much time to work with. Then I'll bring it back out, put the marshmallows on, put some chocolate on, stick it under the broiler, and then it will be ready to eat. Okay, so I've waited as long as I possibly can for this to get cold. It's not perfect, but I think it will do. Now I'm just going to place my marshmallows right on top. Next, I'm going to take my bar of dark chocolate and grate it over top just for like a little finish. And all I have is this like giant cheese grater. Does this go on after I put it in the oven? This is fine. Here we go. I'll get better pictures of this later, but we have our marshmallows on top with the grated chocolate. So I'm gonna stick this in the oven on a top rack, and the oven is set to broil, and I'm gonna kind of just keep an eye on it until I see the marshmallows start to brown up and get gooey. But yeah, the point isn't really to bake the entire cake, pie, dessert, whatever, because the pudding is already made. Cookie layer on the bottom, the crust is already made and cooked, so putting it in the oven right now is literally just to brown the marshmallows on top. And then after you're done, assuming you don't eat the entire thing in one sitting, it keeps in the fridge and then you just take out pieces of it and eat it. It's not supposed to be reheated or anything. But something tells me this is gonna fall apart because I didn't stick it in the fridge for long enough. It's perfect. It's perfect. All right, let me get a better camera angle here. All right, so I hope this camera angle is okay. So I'm gonna cut into this delicious looking s'mores dessert and give it a try and tell you guys how similar it is to the actual thing. Okay, I'm gonna stick it in the freezer again for a little bit because this is not okay. Okay, so it definitely still fell apart pretty easily, but I think that might just be because it's in a much larger dish than I normally would put it in. Like if the dessert was spread out more, it wouldn't be like piled as high, so it's just a little top heavy. But this is our final outcome. That is good. Oh my God. This is bringing back like so many memories. I think honestly, the biggest difference is just because I can like really taste the cinnamon from the cookie, because Nilla wafers are just like vanilla. They don't have any like spice to them. But even that, it's not like a bad change. It still tastes really good. I know this video is probably a hot mess, but honestly, I recommend trying this out and actually doing it properly, but because this is so good. And the toasted marshmallows are like perfect. All right, so I think that pretty much concludes this video. We learned two things today. One, if you're gonna make this dessert, you do in fact have to let it cool down before putting it under the broiler for a few minutes. And two, there is no reason why marshmallows shouldn't already be made vegan. Like, I am still very upset about this. But anyway, I would definitely call this recipe and this video a success. Anything that went wrong was just from me being dumb, but I had a lot of fun doing this. It's really cool that even as a vegan, I can still eat all of the stuff that I enjoyed as a kid or in my years before going vegan. I definitely want to do this type of video again where I recreate something that I used to eat as a non-vegan that isn't typically vegan and just kind of redo the recipe myself and see how it goes. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you're interested in seeing more videos like this as well. And I am going to finish devouring this s'mores cake pie dessert thing, and I'll see you guys next time.